Hello and welcome. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to use Jupyter Notebook to perform arithmetic calculations. If you want to use Python to do your quadratic equation, you want to solve quadratic equations, you want to solve um, ordinary differential equations, like if you're doing engineering or you're doing a computer science, you want to solve any of those equations, you can use Python to do them. Very easy. You don't need to stress yourself. So I'm going to teach you how to write equations in Python. And the IDE that we're going to be using is known as Anaconda. So simply go to your Google search, type Anaconda download. So you're going to see it. So I want you to download Anaconda because Anaconda come in with the test edit, the Jupyter notebook that you need for this analysis. So we're going to be performing optimization analysis. You know, if you're in chemical engineering, you're in mechanical engineering, you're in computer science, optimization is one of the major areas that you have to look at, whether you're in just your bachelor's or you're doing master's. So we're going to look at how to solve optimization problems. And we're going to be doing this using Jupyter Notebook, using Python. Okay. So once you get to Anaconda, you can see it. Anaconda is like a package that has both the Jupyter Notebook and every other thing that you need for you to do your data science. You want to be a machine learning. Some of you are studying machine learning and data science. This Anaconda is going to be a very valuable tool for you to do your work there because the environment is built in such a way that it has all the tools that you need for your data visualization, data analysis, data wrangling, data engineering. So everything you need in data science and machine learning, you're going to get them in the environment provided to you by Anaconda. So you can see this I'm using Windows, so I'm going to just click here to download. I'm not going to click because I already have Anaconda in my system. So, but just click this so that you download it. So once you download, double click on what you've downloaded to install so that you install it. It comes packaged with your Jupyter Notebook, okay? So me, I already have Jupyter Notebook and I'm going to start my own. So after installing your own, this is how you start it. So you come to this search, you can just simply type Jupyter Notebook or you type Anaconda. Anyone you type, you will see a reference to that. Okay, you can see Jupyter Notebook and it's inside my Anaconda 3. This is the Anaconda that I downloaded maybe last 3 to 5 years ago. I don't know, I've been using it for so long. So I'm going to click on this one, but you can also start this by going to Anaconda CMD. That's the control, command prompt for Anaconda, and you just type Jupyter Notebook. It will still run. But this my own has direct access to Jupyter Notebook app, so I'm going to click so that it will open up. Okay, you can see it's opening up. Now, if you don't have, sometimes when you, okay, I would have taught you how to install things like NumPy, SciPy, SymPy. Those are libraries that you can use for algebraic manipulations in Jupyter Notebook. But now, the way the Jupyter Notebook is built now is so advanced that you can actually install these things right inside the notebook. And that is the method that we're going to use. So let me wait for the Jupyter Notebook to come up so that we can start all these, we can start learning how to write equations, write mathematical expressions in Python. That is what we are learning today. So this course is good for those people if you're doing data science, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. I actually did my project. My project is on deep learning, using the tool of deep learning to predict flow patterns for two-phase liquid gas flow in chemical engineering. That's my thesis. So I used it, I exhaustively used the Jupyter Notebook. I actually used Google Colab, which is also a form of Jupyter Notebook for writing my code and doing my analysis. So I'm going to teach you how you can get your data, study the data, do visualization for your data analysis, do optimization, do machine learning, do deep learning using these tools. So that is what we're learning. Okay, you can see my Jupyter Notebook is fully open now. So this is how it opens. So once you have, you can even see deep learning Ostino. This is my project. This is the project I did for my thesis. These are the clustering project that I used while I was learning before I started building my own. This is for home price prediction, the one I use in teaching my students. I have students in data science, so we designed a model that we can use, a regression model that you can use to predict the prices of houses. So very important machine learning tools. This is linear regression. This is the one I did for house. This is my multivariate regression, simulated annealing. Okay, this is an optimization method known as simulated annealing. There's also support vector machine. So I've done a whole lot of projects on this. Okay, so now we want to do a new project. So how do you start a new project in Jupyter Notebook once it's open? You saw the way I opened it. So like I said, go to Anaconda website and download this Anaconda so that you can have your Jupyter Notebook. Now go to your search for Jupyter Notebook, start it up the way I've started. So once you've done that, go and click on New, then click on Python 3. That is the kernel that we're going to be using, Python 3, because we are going to be writing Python codes. So it's going to open up now so that I can show you how to start writing equations in Jupyter Notebook. So we're going to learn how to write. If you want to, why this Jupyter Notebook is good is that you can write things like comments. It can prepare it like a notebook, just like a notebook, not just the code. So you can see my own is fully open now. So if I want now, I can say normal Python code like say print. So let's print hello world. Just the way we would have done it in Python, print hello world. So you can actually use Jupyter Notebook for your Python, like use it to write your normal Python code. So once you write the Python code here, you can just click on run, then it should run. You can see print hello world. You can see it has printed hello world. So that is how easy for you to start practicing your Python without having to start downloading VS Code or PyCharm, all those heavy kind of IDEs that might disturb your system. This is very easy. So you can simply say print, and I want to say I am learning data science, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. Okay, so like I was saying before, if you have knowledge in artificial intelligence, data science, like there are lots of companies looking for people that are very good with this. So you can see it has printed, I am learning data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence. Okay, so this is normal Python code. But apart from writing Python code, you can actually write Markdown. Markdown is when you want to bring in statements. You know, our aim for this course is we want to learn how to bring in equations. So we're going to learn all that. So if you want to bring in something that is not a Python code, you can click here and go to Markdown. So when you say Markdown, then it will be writing like a statement. So you can simply say data science involves using machine learning techniques, to study and analyze data. Okay, so once you do that, you can run. Okay, so you see this one is in form of a note now. So you can also use heading to introduce the course. So what are we learning? What's the name of this course? So let's use heading to introduce the course. So what's the heading? We can say the name of this our course is data science and artificial intelligence. So that is what we're running. So if I run this now, it comes out as a big heading. Okay. So under this big heading, that's why you will now have something like this explanation. So I'm gonna just copy this, Ctrl C. So I'm teaching you how to do many things, and I'm gonna click on Markdown now because I want here to be a Markdown. I'm gonna run. So this is how you. Oh, I didn't pick it as a Markdown first. So I'm gonna go to code Markdown before I now paste, and I then run. So take note. So it's now if you want to delete all these previous things we've been writing, just go and click on the cell. Or you can also use this place you have cell. So you can see run cell, insert cell. You can do a whole lot of things here. Run cell and select below. You can come here, insert cell. You can also come here, edit, copy, cut cell, move cell. So cell simply is what you select. So if I click on delete cell now, it has deleted that cell. So this one, so I want to delete it. Okay, before I delete it, I want to run it somewhere. So let me copy this because I want to run it here. Then I come down here. This code, so I'm not going to change what it is. If it's markdown, I'll change it to markdown. So I'm going to run. So you see it's running now. So here I'm going to delete this one, this cell, because I don't need them. I only use them to explain it to you. So I go to edit and go to the list. So you need to learn how to use the notebook. So you see this one that gave me an error. I'll also click here and go to edit and delete it because I don't need it. Okay. Then this one that started, this is just a markdown and it shouldn't start first. So I'm gonna click also, go to here and do a delete cell. So that's how you work with a Jupyter notebook. Very important. So the first thing should be the heading, followed by the markdown. The markdown will simply contain the statements that you want to write. Then finally you have your code, your Python code. So that is how you write your Jupyter notebook. So you can always go back to the cell and edit. So I can, instead of having data science and artificial intelligence, all of them, both artificial intelligence, machine learning, and everything, they are all under data science. So I'm going to just clean up this and have only data science here. I'm going to run now. Okay, so you see the main heading now is now data science. Then followed by the markdown that explains what data science is. And data science involves using machine learning algorithms and techniques to study and analyze data. So I can simply come here and still write more. So what is machine learning? Machine learning is making computers to learn without explicitly, I hope I'm getting my spelling right, explicitly programming them. So when you make your computer to learn without explicitly programming them, we'll call it machine learning. Okay. Now, what is artificial intelligence? What is artificial intelligence? So let me still calm down. Now, artificial intelligence, like I told you, all of them are all part of data science. Artificial intelligence is when computers learn like normal human beings. So computers want to learn like normal human beings without explicitly being programmed. Okay, that is what we call artificial intelligence. When computers start learning like human beings without being explicitly programmed. Now, another very important concept in data science is deep learning. So I want to explain all this. Deep learning is using neural networks to do machine learning algorithms. So it's actually an aspect of machine learning. Okay, so it's more advanced and you can use it to do very accurate predictions. And that is actually what I use for my thesis. I did deep learning. So the thesis I did was actually uh, flow pattern prediction. That's the name, flow pattern. So I can actually use it to teach you how to use deep learning, how to use data science for this. Flow pattern prediction for two-phase gas. It's a chemical engineering topic. Gas liquid flow using deep learning. Okay, so you can see that my thesis is purely on data science, and that is why I'm very, very experienced in using this. So I use Jupyter Notebook a lot. I actually use Google Colab, which is also some form of Jupyter Notebook, but it's online, so you can easily use it without uh, doing any installation. And then you can share the file so that your lecturers can be monitoring what you're doing and be seeing the way you write your algorithms and everything is very, very interactive. So that is what I use, Google Colab. So Google Colab is just saying Jupyter Notebook that is in the cloud. Call it Google Collaboratory. So once you learn how to write in Jupyter Notebook, you can also write in Google Colab because they are just the same thing. Unlike one is in the cloud, you can access it from anywhere. Jupyter Notebook is locally here. You can see in the address it has localhost 8888. So this is locally on my system. Nobody is seeing what I'm doing. But if you do it on Google Colab, once you share it, it's on the Google Drive in the cloud there, Google Cloud Computing System. So anybody can actually access your file and see what you've done. Okay, so what have you learned today? We've learned how to download Jupyter by going to Anaconda. Anaconda is a package that has Jupyter Notebook and everything. Then after downloading and installing the Anaconda, we simply went to our search and typed in Jupyter Notebook. Then we were able to open this. Immediately after opening this, we want to open a new notebook. We simply click on new and click on Python 3. That's how we open this notebook. Then we started filling in things. And I say that this Jupyter notebook is just like your normal notes that you're using in the class to write sciences. So now you have your normal heading, subheading, the terms, you understand. Now, if you want to write code or plot graphs, this Jupyter notebook makes it very easy for you to do such things. So you're going to see how I'm going to just plot a graph now very easily. And it will be presentable. So if you want to insert formulas and do things, it's much, much easier using Jupyter Notebook. Then I say if you want to put heading like this, you must first of all go here that you have code and click on heading. That's how you bring in something as bold as this. If you want something written as a note like this, you put it under Markdown. But if you want to write in Python code, like you want to print out something in Python, this is how you do it. So you put that one under code. So that is how you do those. So very, very importantly, you need to learn how to bring in all this. Now, if you want to bring in, say, an equation, say y is equal to x squared. How do you do squared? You must use this double asterisk. Then you put 2. This is x squared. Y equal to x squared. Then you can now say plus 10x. So if you run this, then you can see the equation. Okay, you can see now this equation, why is giving error? This thing now, I just want to write it as an equation. So it has to be in Markdown. So I click here, make sure that I'm in Markdown because I just want the equation to come out. I don't want to start putting it yet as a Python code. So you can see it's now showing. Okay, so please, I have to use this for the Markdown. Okay, then this one, use this. Run. I wouldn't know why this is doing Markdown. I have to check out some.